A bizarre sequence, and the recently named All-Star went to ground. It looked like he initially won the ball, but then the follow-through as Kowalczyk still had a chance to win the ball.
Welcome to Instant Replay for MLS Matchday 20. I'm your host, Andrew Wiebe, and as always, we're taking a closer look at the most controversial refereeing decisions in Major League Soccer. It's a midweek edition, and we've got some interesting calls to take a look at. The most interesting, in my opinion, comes in Minnesota. Houston in town, and Sebastian Kowalczyk of the Dynamo is in behind. Here comes Michael Boxall of the Loons to defend. He wins the initial ball. Ball bounces away, but Kowalczyk feels some contact and goes down. The referee, Sergej Dimachuk, points to the spot. That's a penalty, he says. And of course, the VAR, Yunus Markaci, is checking everything. So what is he checking? Let's start with Kowalczyk's position on the initial ball. Could he be offside? No. As you see here, Kowalczyk is clearly onside. So now there's a couple more questions. Number one, where does the contact occur? Number two, is there actually contact? All right, we're looking for contact here, and in my opinion, you're looking for the right leg that's dangling high from Boxall, and that's because I'm going to trust Kowalczyk in his reactions. He doesn't react to any contact from the plant foot based on where he's grabbing, and as we watch the replays, oh yeah, you see where the contact occurs here. Yeah, you see. So we know there's contact and therefore a foul, even if that contact isn't, as you might say, super high impact. So the next question is, does that contact occur inside the 18-yard box? We are looking for the very first point of contact here to determine where the foul occurs. Because it's not a hold that continues into the 18-yard box, that is where the foul is going to occur on the field and how we're going to judge whether or not it's a penalty. Markaci recommends review to Dimachuk. Dimachuk goes to the monitor and says, oh boy, that contact occurred outside the penalty box. They're using this freeze frame here in this moment. And I can understand why you might do that. But I can't say that it's my opinion that there is clear and obvious evidence that that's actually where the contact occurs. If you watch the close-up angle from the inline, this angle right here, I don't see clear and obvious contact or Kowalczyk react to any contact until this moment right here. And if you combine this angle with the other angles that better show where the contact occurs in relation to the 18-yard box line, for me, that contact occurs inside the 18, and the penalty call on the field should have stood. I just don't see clear and obvious evidence to support that the initial point of contact actually came outside the area. One more thing, Ben Olsen wants a red card for dog-so on this play on Boxall, but I gotta tell you, I don't see it by the law. The ball is running away from Kowalczyk and away from goal, and there's a recovering defender that I think is going to be there to prevent any sort of 1v1 shooting situation. So for me, no red, yellow is appropriate, but I really think this penalty should have stood based on the evidence we have. New England, Nashville, 51st minute. Sam Surridge is scoring a goal, and we got two questions here. First, did he foul Fofana before getting to the ball? And I gotta tell you, no, it just seems like Fofana goes down with minimal to no real contact. And second, is Surridge onside on this touch? Call on the field is that the goal stands. We need clear and obvious evidence to overturn. And I'm looking at Jackson Ewell, who's marking Surridge at the back post. Looking at Ewell's left leg. Where is that position? It's hard to tell because Surridge is in between us, Ewell, and the camera. So can I make a definitive judgment? I don't think I could make 100% judgment, but I feel about 95% certain that that left foot is basically in line with the furthest point of Sam Surridge. And certainly it's not clear and obvious to me that Surridge is offside. Therefore, this goal is going to stand, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm also good, and props to Taylor Twellman on this call, for the penalty that came just afterwards. This time, Fofana is going through the back of Hani Mukhtar, and for me, the contact is clear and indisputable, though I think you could probably have an argument about the degree. It looks like a foul. It gets called a foul by Lorenzo Hernandez, the referee, and therefore it's a penalty. Now, there was a very long check here by Daniel Radford, the VAR. My assumption, and it is an assumption, nothing more, is that that may have been because Fofana actually maybe possibly gets a touch on the ball before contacting Hani. But for me, even if that was the case, and it's not crystal clear that it is, the swing of the leg still comes through Hani's leg. At the end of the day, it's just an attacker being clever, coming from a blind spot to gain position last second, and Fofana just swings and gets contact. Tough to swallow for the Rebs, but for me, the right call. Two plays from Dallas San Jose. The first in the 78th minute is, it's obvious. Look, Chicho Arango is going full heel mode here. He is just like running into people. It's a destruction derby. So I get why Kaique is mad. He just can't react like this. That's non-negligible contact to the back of Arango's head with Kaique's head. You're always going to get red there. He just lost his composure. Now let's go to the 85th minute. This time we are going to see a dog-so foul from Sebastian Ibeagha. Tim Ford calls it on the field, breaks out the red card, and initially I'm thinking, hold on, there's a recovering defender. But go back to the moment that the hold begins from Ibeagha. Now, freeze frame the field. Look at the position of the recovering defender now. That's where the foul starts. Preston Judd is in on goal alone in this case, no doubt, and Marcelo Balboa, a decent defender in his day, nails this one. It's dog, so well done to Tim Ford and his crew. All right, let's finish with a couple obvious ones. Chicago, Philadelphia, 8th minute. Andrew Gutman, yes, you are committing a handball, and Devin Kerr, the analyst on this one, points out all the right things. Arms behind the back in anticipation of the cross until the moment it matters most. That arm comes way outside the silhouette, and that is a clear penalty. And it's a clear good goal in the Columbus-Atlanta game in the 56th minute. No goal is the call on the field, but David Barry, the VAR, spots what we're all seeing on replay here. The ball crossed the line, and whoa, well done to Danny Higginbotham and Steve Cangelosi, because they got some eagle eyes live. I wasn't 100% sure watching it, but they were immediately. Replays show balls over the line, and this goal stands. All right, that's it for match day 20. Remember, if you see something in match day 21, please say something. Hit me up on social media. Big thanks to my producer on this one, Aldo Medina, and my editor, Phil Lavanco. I'm Andrew Wiebe. We'll see you next time.